Hello mọi người. Và một tối thứ bảy lại tới. Bây giờ mình sau một ngày gọi là nằm ngủ dưỡng sức rồi đi lo những thứ mà trong tuần không lo được thì tối nay chúng ta lại cùng trở lại với series chơi game nha. Thì tuần trước mình cũng đã down về khá khá game rồi đó, vốn cả game cũ lẫn game mới, bởi vì có một vài game cũ của mình bị mất sau khi mà mình upgrade máy tính lên, nên bây giờ mình phải tải bọn nó lại. Thì chắc là dần dần rồi mình cũng sẽ chơi thôi, nhưng mà mình cũng không biết bao giờ chơi, tại vì game mới về nhiều quá, hấp dẫn quá. Thì đây mình có down hai em mới về là The Henry Stickmin Collection, là một cái game mà mình cảm thấy rất là thú vị. Game mình xem qua ở trên YouTube mọi người chơi. Và game thứ hai là Disco Elysium, vốn là một fan của dòng game thám tử rồi điều tra phá án, thì mình đọc rất nhiều những cái bình luận tốt về game này nên mình sẽ cho mọi người xem nhé. Đây, game này có tổng cộng là 66.000 lượt, là rất là positive. Đấy, đọc review cũng toàn thấy mọi người khen thôi, toàn thấy mọi người recommended thôi. Vừa nói một phát thấy ngay có một ông không không recommended gì. Chỉ có một bạn, cũng không biết là thế nào thôi, mình cứ chơi thử. Tại vì chính sách của Steam là chơi 2 tiếng thì vẫn có thể review được, mà như một đống giải con game này đã giành được đi 97 Metacritic, chứng tỏ cũng là rất cao đấy. Ok, để mình xem từ game này có full controller support, tốt quá. Có controller thì chơi nó sẽ dễ tập trung hơn mọi người ạ. Mặc dù mình chơi controller thì mình cũng ngu lắm. Ok, thôi nhá, không dài dòng nữa, để vào luôn để chơi cho nó được lâu. Game này cũng nhẹ thôi mọi người. Mình đọc game này là minimum requirement là 2GB RAM, cao nhất là 8. Chắc là máy mình chịu được đó, máy mình 8 RAM mà, 8GB RAM mà. Nếu mà máy mình chịu được là như kiểu tất cả các dòng game kinh dị, là game nào mình cũng, không phải game kinh dị mà game điều tra phá án, là nếu mà mình có thể chơi được là mình sẽ tải về chơi đấy. Bởi vì là mình rất thích, nó có thể nói là mình thích chơi game kinh dị, phá án, cốt truyện, thám tử, điều tra, tra vấn, tra khảo là mình rất thích. Có tựa game một bạn nào đấy comment trên trang YouTube của mình bảo rằng là hãy chơi cái game Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 đi. Thì cũng xin thua là sau khi mà mình về Việt Nam, mình upgrade con game của mình lên, con laptop quèn của mình lên 12GB, thì mình cũng rất là đầy nhiệt huyết và mình đã download cái game đấy về. Nhưng sau khi download về thử mở ra chơi thì trời ơi, đồ họa nó xấu một cách kinh khủng. Và sau đấy khi mình tìm hiểu cái game Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 đấy thì nó không phải là một dòng game quá là tối ưu trên hệ máy, và bị mọi người đánh giá rất là tiêu cực về việc đấy. Và cái game, và với cái laptop quèn của mình Asus mua từ đời tắm khoánh rồi thì chắc chắn là không chơi được. Ok, để mình thử xem chỉnh menu setting nhá. Menu sai à? To, chữ to lên. Nói chung là mắt mình dạo này bị mù lắm mọi người ạ. Nhạc cho nhỏ thôi. Voice over full. Có những... Vẫn không có tiếng Việt mọi người ạ. Buồn thật đấy. Detective mode activate là gì? Chơi luôn. Dễ hơn. Interactable objects and characters in the game are with live border. Chuẩn men. Hardcore à? Thôi không có hardcore, hard kèo gì cả. Trình độ chơi rùa suốt ngày phải lên trên YouTube xem mọi người chơi để còn phá đảo thì làm sao? À đây, ui, bộ đầu có cả streamer mode à? Được đấy. Rất ít cái game mà có streamer mode này nhá. Trong khi thì kiểu khá là cần thiết đi, vì thỉnh thoảng up lên thì dính mặt cười, mặc dù cái YouTube của mình chắc chẳng có ai xem ấy. Có mỗi mình up lên là kỷ niệm mình là chính ấy. Nhưng mà vẫn cảm thấy là ui, hữu ích. Ok, mọi người chuẩn bị tinh thần chưa? Vào chơi nhá. Cái gì đây? Select character à? Ồ, mình là ai đây? Thinker à? Rất là thông minh này. Nhưng mà kiểu kém với mọi người này. Sensitive à? Rất là tâm lý này. Kiểu rất là thu hút này. Nhưng mà không ổn định. Rất có thể là sẽ dễ bị gọi là gì? Mất bị điên à? Mấy cái dưới này là gì đấy? À, 5 intelligent, 1 psychological, physical này. Cái này gì rất khỏe này. Create your own à? Create your own thôi. Nào bây giờ làm thế nào để chỉnh này? Nào. Ui dồi, ui hay thế. Ui có cả set skill à? Dã man nhờ. Rồi lại mất thời gian để đi tìm mấy cái này rồi. Từ từ. The art of persuasion đây. Có vẻ hơi ấy mọi người ạ. Thôi bây giờ chơi mấy cái gọi là nó cho mình đi. Thinker đi. Thôi Thinker đi. Chưa thấy mình cũng random à? Xem nào. Thằng này có vẻ được này. À tức là đây là những cái thằng mà nó có. Ồ tức là đây là gì? Logic nhờ. Ok rồi chọn skill. Đây là chọn các loại skill. Đây là gì đây? Reconstruct, creativity này, drama này, detective line này, practice the art of persuasion này, co-open your knowledge, produce knowledge là cần này. Tức là bây giờ mình có thể cộng được 5 skill. Có cần được visual này không? Làm nào? Nhưng mà cái này mình cho logic rồi. Physics này, hold up yourself together này. Hunch, feeling, gut, dream, walking life này. Work your assert yourself này. Understand pop culture này. Cái này được đấy. Mình kiểu rất là. Tức là cái này là chọn là chọn gì? Set signature à? Project thôi. Project thôi. Rồi 5 intelligence, 3 cái kia, 22 cái kia này không bị yếu quá. Được. Không chơi lại cái gì đâu nhỉ. Không phải gì mà phải xoắn. Đấy. Chơi gì đang nghe thấy nhạc.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt.
Không có gì cả.
You don't have to do anything anymore.
Bóng tối á.
Ever.
Mãi mãi.
Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby.
Nghe giọng này ghê quá.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Chết. Cái này là chọn mà. Từ cái gì đây? Cái phần con khỉ gì đây? This is great.
Yes, it is. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon. I know you do, baby. I know. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. All right. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. The song of death is sweet, like a fly to the ointment. Your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice committing a motor carriage.
Úi dồi. Mình có đang mặc quần, có mặc một quần lót. Nói chung là sau một hồi gọi là kêu gào tưởng tượng thì đã thức dậy ở một căn phòng và chỉ mặc một cái quần lót. Không nhớ gì cả. Rồi bây giờ làm gì? Đi đâu làm gì? Nói chung là một cái chai rượu hết rồi này. Không tắt cho này, mày bị điên à? Bà mày đang chơi cái này thì làm sao? Chơi tay cầm thì làm sao mà táp được? Look like someone. Cái gì luôn? Chết. Vừa có cái gì đấy mình lại quên mất. Có một cái tape, một cái gì là một cuộn băng à? Mà vẫn đang bật nhưng mà nó bị cái cuộn băng này thì không có nội dung gì cả. Mặc quần áo vào. Mặc quần áo thôi mà cũng được một cái skill. Ồ, trong bồn thì đầy là bia rượu. Thằng này đúng là nghiện rượu thật đấy. Cứ mặc thế này thôi à? Không mặc quần kêu gì à? Từ có cái cửa gì? Làm sao để tương tác với mấy cái vật kia? rồi. Đây này vẫn còn đồ này. Phải mặc quần các thứ vào chứ. À đây là vào và ra này. Từ từ. Tương tác của gì đấy? Từ từ. Nào, xem control có những cái gì nào. Highlight LB này. Action interact là RB à? LB với RB. Movement này. À tôi cái gì? L với R là cái gì? Đây à? Rồi. Có điều khiển không nhỉ?
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Trong quần thì có túi à? Ok.
It says whirling in rags on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Grab
The
the tie
blades
thôi.
come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Rồi.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Là lấy được cái
The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
Leave thôi. Còn gì nữa không? Cái gì ở đây đấy? Ê.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Cái này là gì? Visual calculus. This is a wide structure matrix. Không hiểu gì luôn.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Rồi, nhìn thấy ngoài.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
Cái gì đấy là kiểu ném từ bên trong ra bên
More
ngoài.
likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Một cái gì đấy mà nó bằng với cái bàn tay của mình thôi.
Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing
Có thể
its
là một
friend.
đôi giày vì là bị mất chiếc.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one.
Mất cầm
If
một
you're
cái giày để
lucky,
ném
you
ra
can
ngoài.
still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Nào. Còn gì nữa không? Còn gì nữa không nhỉ? Hết rồi đúng không các bạn? Rồi. Ngắm mình cái nào.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Ồ.
Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold,
tôi phải xem mặt mình chứ. Ok.
You have no idea who this thing is,
Ủa, không
do
nhớ
you?
mình là ai. Từ từ, cái gì đây? Easy, mình có 10 cái là 10 cái gì? Ai đây? Ai đây?
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse, because from here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive, for now.
Encyclopedia là cái gì? Từ từ. Cái này là rất là khó.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Mình không nhớ mình là ai. Bây giờ đi tìm giày thôi. Hết thứ rồi. Rồi, ra ngoài rồi. Trò này lúc đầu hơi khó chơi, tại vì là các cái phím của nó có vẻ hơi bị nhiều. Rộng phết đấy. Đây đúng không? Chiếc giày của tôi đây chứ còn đâu nữa. điểm ở chỗ nào nhỉ? Có 10 skill point rồi. Ok. Ở đây đi giày rồi đây này. Rồi.
Hello, officer.
Officer à? Kinh nhỉ? Tháng 3 năm 51.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Could it be because of the drinking?
She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops.
Ồ, có một người đấy bị chết à? Và con này nó đoán là có thể là kiểu cái xác đấy nó đã ở đây 1 tuần. Có thể là kiểu người ta gọi cảnh sát tới là vì thế.
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
Thử các lựa chọn khác xem nào.
She nods.
Lại xem nhé, được không? Không được.
There's a mercenary out back. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. Could it be because of the drinking? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost... Could it be because of the drinking?
Suggest to. Mình xem cái kill của mình nào. Mình chưa có cái skill point nào cả, là tại làm sao? Có cái suggestion này.
Try the expression. Come on, why are you still doing this?
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural.
She puts out her cigarette. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
And now, it never stops. Goodbye.
Con này có thể đã cung cấp được cho mình một cái nguồn thông tin, tức là mình là đã nói về những cái mình đã ở đây được tầm khoảng 3 ngày và nói với những cái đứa trong khách sạn này là mình là cảnh sát. Và con này thì con này bảo rằng là có thể là bởi vì có một cái vụ án mạng cho nên là người dân phải gọi cảnh sát đi chẳng hạn. Đấy, ok rồi.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Nó bị gì đấy? Easy success đây. Có cái lựa chọn chứ. Người đẹp ơi, xin đừng bỏ rơi tôi.
The door does not care. Still no answer. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still nothing. Still nothing.
Thôi, thôi bỏ cuộc đi. Cười thật đấy. Ê, có một cái từ. Trong phòng mình có một cái cửa đúng không? Có một cái cửa đi ra. Đấy, đây.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression, "It's too late." Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Rồi. Mình bị fail rồi. Lại. Thử lại xem nào.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face,
Ồ, tức là mình
adorned
bị mất cái
with
kia
the
rồi.
expression,
Mình đã bị mất cái lựa chọn kia rồi. Không được. Đây rồi. Không được thì thôi. À đây, cái gì đây? Cũng không mở được. Xem con này đã tắm xong chưa nhá.
the door is closed. This door, still nothing. Still nothing.
Thôi, thì chờ chỗ khác. Một tờ báo, ok. Thôi đi xuống thôi.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know...
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
11 gì đó mình cũng không hiểu. 11 gì? À đây, 11 điểm này à? 5 cộng 3 không như mình có 12 mà. Ok, ok rồi.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero. What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike. No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here. No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here. Oh no, you're a hero. A real...
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room? You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to. No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Chọn phương án A bây giờ.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. A competent work of... Looks like the bird was ripped. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy... Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to hear you. A competent work. Looks like the bird... This is the Great Skua. Something about it makes you feel...
Look, your... Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Hôm nay là thứ hai này.
The man plucks at the seabird, frowning.
Oh no, you're...
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Am I? Or did you... You're right, you didn't. No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always...
A competent work. Looks, this is something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you. Concentrate.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafe. That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a... I have 3 cafeterias to manage. She just, you know...
His eyes dart.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Nói chuyện thằng này.
The man plucks at the seabird, frowning.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is as you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why? He is your half-brother.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. No, you won't. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name, and you're one classy cop. Say it.
Yes, well.
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree? Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
Bây giờ phải trả lời có hay không đây?
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Kiểu rất là bí hiểm ấy. Không hiểu thằng này dậy, tự dưng mình dậy một phát, không biết mình là ai. Nhìn vào gương thằng này cũng không nhớ được nó là ai. Xong rồi gọi là đi hỏi mọi người xung quanh thì thấy bảo là mình là cốm. Sau đấy thì uống rượu 3 ngày không đi điều tra phá án gì cả.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Không biết mấy cái điểm này để làm gì. Nào. Nào, đi hỏi. Đi hỏi thằng này.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41... Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need direction.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Nào từ từ. Ask him about the body locations. Okay.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mình được điểm không? Yeah, được thêm 20 điểm.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Let's go.
Rồi, mình được 30 điểm. Úi giời. Yes.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owed him some money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
Có cái sự you underestimate đâu tôi.
Let's see. 3 9. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real. Yes.
The cafeteria manager stands silently, looking at the coppers on the counter before him. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have. There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
Nào, không biết là mình đã screw up cái gì. Thì thằng đấy nó cho mình đi rồi. Sao mình lại gọi là gì nhở? Mình lại quay trở lại. Vãi cả đạn.
Yes? What do you want to know? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. That's good. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Sao có những cái lựa chọn như thế này?
Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the dock workers union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines Corporation itself.
Is this a strike then? Or the first shots in a workers' coup?
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case. Strike, coup, revolution, it's brigandage, however you parse it.
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form.
nhiều.
When I said we have to navigate community matters, I did not mean we have any say in them. I meant we should be careful. If we are not, the shit will blow right in our faces.
From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Không nhận là cái thằng nào làm game nghĩ ra cái trò chơi này cũng bá đạo thật đấy. Gọi là toàn là kiểu nghĩ ra những cái lý do với vô cùng kiểu bá cháy luôn. Không phải cái cách mà những cái cuộc hội thoại trong này nó diễn ra nó rất là kiểu fun ấy. Nó có những cái câu trả lời, sự trả lời rất là kiểu bá đạo luôn. Ví dụ như là thằng này hỏi là tại sao, có phải mày theo dõi tao không? Tao cũng không hiểu tại sao lại hỏi câu đấy luôn. Thì thằng này mới bảo rằng là không, bởi vì là mày đi rất là funny, rất là buồn cười. Thế là tại sao? Bởi vì là đấy là một cái kỹ thuật mà vì thằng này ở cái tiểu đội 41 đã phát triển. Đó là một cách đi gọi là thu thập chứng cứ. Vãi cả đạn.
He simply nods. Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul, so was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
A la mysterious.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
A point of pride to him.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal peer yourself.
No.
The lieutenant nods.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
So what? That makes you the new school? God, for real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
Thằng này đúng là kiểu rất là
The
truyền
lieutenant
thống đấy.
produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Good. Let's change the subject.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Thay vì đi nghiên cứu thì mình hỏi rất nhiều về thôi có vấn đề gì đâu. Đúng là kiểu cái thằng này bây giờ nó sẽ đi cùng với mình ý, mà nó từ một cái quận số mấy 5-7 à, mà có vẻ như hai quận này nó đang đấu tranh với nhau, nên mình hỏi tìm hiểu về thằng này để về sau mình biết thêm thông tin, đúng không?
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
Có quá nhiều những cái thứ mà kiểu gọi là gì nhở? Cần phải dùng đến cái radio ở trong xe thằng này.
What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay. I did. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us. The Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Thấy chưa? Càng biết nhiều thông tin thì càng tốt ý.
That's right.
Ô, cái gì đấy? Mình có một cái secret task. Wow.
Good.
Rồi. Ôi, từ từ, mình vừa bấm cái gì đấy nhỉ? Mình cũng chưa có đồ gì. Ừm, 22 giờ đúng không? 10 giờ hôm nay. Còn lâu.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an... There they both are. 2 identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately like 2 baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are. Good, they're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now. Truth.
đây. Và ai cả đạn? Thằng bé sao con đứng ở đấy chơi
The
này?
corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness.
Oh yeah! Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body. The kid is obviously high.
Can't talk, pig! Shit's coming up strong! Throwing rocks!
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding at sea!
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got. Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno! Pig's choking! He's totally choking!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
Probably climbed. You heard Kuno. I don't know. Mesk or...
There is no Night City
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Oh, don't tell him that, Kuno! It's lame!
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Lame!
That's the name of Kuno's City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Looks like you're a faggoty now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Kuno's fucking...
He's trying to hide...
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone. You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Yeah, Kuno's in a fucking gang. In a bang gang. Kuno bangs for Magie, bangs for Mazda, bangs for Revachol.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Everybody, please! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Fucking logical! Help! The logical pig is fiddling Kuno! Help! Misters, help! He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now,
Thằng này nó
it'll
cứ
be
buộc-
too late!
Cáo buộc là bọn mình gọi là gì nhỉ? Ấy nó.
No! Get off Kuno, you
The nearly psychopathic way they could slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim.
No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
This is where Kuno establishes dominance over you. Change your plan. You can't let that happen. It will make things harder down the line. You may end up missing crucial information.
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
Chắc là phải dùng cái trò này thôi. Nhớ dùng có mỗi...
You put him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in a...
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno!
Được chưa? Fuck!
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target. Instead, it pulled you down with it.
Ồ, tức là bây giờ... Rồi mình hiểu rồi. Tức là bây giờ là mình phải xem là mình challenge. Có nên challenge hay không? Tức là điểm kỹ năng của mình là chỉ được 2 thôi. Ok, ok.
Pig's trying not to cry. Kuno can't believe this shit. Can no one stop the Kuno? Pig, Kuno thought you had this. What?
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up!
Chết rồi. Moral bị một phát rồi.
No.
Hả? Kim lạnh lùng thế.
Kuno's just gonna beat the shit out of you.
I told you not to tempt such forces. Now, how about we go and do something worth the public's time?
Look, see? It's the fucking...
You belittled yourself before the Kuno. Now you must seek his forgiveness.
Fucking what pig? Yeah? How are we gonna make it up to Kuno, pig shit?
A material offering is implied. He wants stuff. Only stuff can make it okay again.
What are you doing? No, you really don't. That is a 12-year-old boy.
You don't fucking matter, buck imp!
But why? You're turning this into a huge thing. Okay. If you absolutely need to.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still. Well, it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence, too. What do you mean, feel? We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Visual calculus à? Visual calculus. Mình có 5 cái.
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted. Noted.
Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45, or 46. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? $200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see? A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else? Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? Mm-hmm. A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you see? What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty... Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're...
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
I'll die before I squeal. What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, face!
I'll die before I squeal, pig. I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing here! Get the fuck out of here!
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was the case they gave me. I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Please don't waste time on no.
The lieutenant does not approve of this at all.
Don't listen to the blind fuck, piggo. You're doing the right thing here, trying to get Kuno to like you again. You can pay tribute to Kuno with drugs or cigarettes.
Ồ, tức là bây giờ nếu mà mình mà thua thử thách thì mình sẽ phải One man from Elysium Bắt. Ok là
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid palettes, easy on the eyes, rhythmic pattern, calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. No, there's more to this. You get this strange. Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
nó phải mở đấy ra. Tôi cần phải có cái gì thì mới mở được cái logic à?
An inconspicuous pile of... It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Xa quá.
old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid game.
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Silence. No one answers your call. You ring the doorbell. What an ominous name for it. All you hear is static, but no one answers the... You ring the doorbell, but nothing. You wait for a minute or two, but all you... Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. You hear static from the intercom speaker.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along. No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been...
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally again.
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by. It's getting...
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier, and alright. Maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. Oblivion's the ace in your corner. There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order? My...
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
It's you.
Wait, is she...
Michelle. Why did you even call?
Is this some kind of joke? The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows.
Ever since I came to work, as if my mind's been wiped clean.
And then it hits you. She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her voice is being played off a wax cylinder. Her sound melts into the static. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording is still going. A phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. The static is like a warm blanket wrapped around the sounds. No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different from the one before. Glorious and total somehow. Her words are too cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows. Eyes like pilot lights watch your shape in dark hallways.
So, it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve. I don't have time to explain it to you right now. Maybe sometime later. Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
That is true. Silence. No one's home at 4. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
An old call box with, you hear the same waiting room music, but
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
it seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism. He killed himself.
No one was implying you were, officer. Where were we?
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
Một giờ. Sorry. 1 giờ thì mở cái cửa đấy. 4 giờ, 22 giờ. Chắc là chưa hết ngày được.
This trash container, with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or... not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron, only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up.
Huh? 2 complex cases to
arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped case files, commit to paper. These are your last couple of months in Revachol, Precinct 41, Jamrock Quarter.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large-caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the... Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41. Then, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the Next World Mural. Why yes, your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. That is improbable. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. People call it that thing, and the graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell letters have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists. The case files do not show you finding the author of the crew agrees to clean up after themselves. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
Chà, cái cây này.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world. For new... In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in... A.K.A. Leslie, the only way for you would think that. Can you keep yourself off the street? Threatening, fines. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH, had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive. No, that's Burke. He must have confused. In the process, he came at us, can't get out, which is also why the officer responsible. Now, it would be, that's, who knows? Don't worry. One day you may still catch the man with the square gun. Some assholes brought their couch outside and, insufferable, they were leaving it, cigarette butts, coffee cup. No, you didn't have time for that. Murder. Tum. Joseph Mills. No. Okay. So the case is handed to you. Yeah. No one entered. Mills has no idea. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah. It was that. Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? Not much has changed in... It takes about half an hour to piece one together. Not much has changed in the... In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow. Some bright red. All covered in boxes, like marching armies. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out. According... 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is... You don't have to be an intellect. A monetary penalization range, but they appear pleasantly vague. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time, a dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms. The rest of the stinking cellulose, it's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission. Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside, ever permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get... The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat. The stuff of death itself. And, the two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned. Like a drawer, the slides snap back into place. Without resistance, or 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling. reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like it smells of chewing gum. A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says Tutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Throw it away, please. Your hand shakes holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down voice. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the you. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what? There's...
Detective, is everything all right?
Nghĩ là quá khứ của ông này như vợ ông này viết thư xong sau đấy làm gì đúng không? Ôi đừng bảo là tôi bị chết hay là bị gì nhá. Trở lại từ đầu được không các bạn ơi? Này.
There is nothing. Again.
Hả? Chết rồi à?
Nothing said. Well, that's who would...
He speaks so here because it's always there.
Bloated court.
You.
Bloated.
You.
There is no Voyager Road. Yeah, man. What was that about? You think they would let you?
Oh, but...
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water.
What happened? You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to
tôi
a
cứ tưởng là
hospital.
phải kiểu quay trở
Then you
lại.
came to.
Được đấy, có vẻ là ông này đạt được một cái thư của vợ. Sau đấy thì nhớ lại kiểu mảnh quá khứ là vợ ông ấy tên là Harry thì phải. Sau đấy thì là vợ ông ấy sau khi viết thư xong thì như là rồi đi. Hay là bị tai nạn gì đấy.
10 minutes, maybe.
Quá là dài ấy. Mình nghĩ là chắc mình cũng chơi mệt rồi đấy. Chắc là thôi dừng lại thôi mọi người ạ. Ui, dừng lại thôi, mai chơi tiếp. Mệt thật đấy. Đủ điểm để level up chưa? Level up cái gì bây giờ nhỉ? Cái conceptual line này là rồi. Ôi lại có điểm nữa. Đúng rồi đúng không? Thôi, nay chơi tiếp nha mọi người. Hôm nay mình cũng chơi lâu rồi đấy. Ôi giời, được đấy. Nói chung là game ổn mọi người ạ. Như kiểu là mình chìm vào một thế giới và mình gọi là Ôi vãi. Sao tự dưng mình lại vào đây? Ủa từ từ. Lạ nhá.
Yes?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid, well, it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
Trash? Food waste from... What do you mean,
Trời ơi,
Phil?
chơi bao lâu xong bây giờ lại phải chơi lại. Thôi mệt rồi mọi người ạ. Chắc là mình bị tàu hỏa nhập ma đấy thôi mà.
I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division.
He's being...
All the detectives...
It's remarkable how he can keep a straight face. Take note. The lieutenant is well...
No, because they don't exist. There isn't. But we should still accept...
Đấy, bây giờ là mình phải xếp. Damn it. Đang đọc giờ đấy, lại bị phải chơi lại. Thôi, không sao, mai chơi lại nhanh mà. Đúng không? Xem mình với thằng Kuno này là có được gì với nó chưa nào.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Rồi, đi nhanh mà, nhanh. Sẽ rất nhanh thôi. Ok, thôi nhá. Để thử vào lại xem là ok rồi. Alright, game được mọi người ơi. Chơi hơi cảm nhận của mình là chơi game thì khá là cuốn ý, như kiểu bạn đang đọc một quyển truyện trinh thám vậy. Nó không chỉ có vụ án mà nó là còn về cái ông cảnh sát này nữa. Xong cốt truyện thì cũng khá là hay, kiểu xây dựng một thế giới mà có đồng tiền riêng này, rồi có các quốc gia riêng này, rồi mỗi quốc gia có một cái bí mật, có một cái đặc tính mà mình cũng chưa biết được, nó tạo sự tò mò cho mình ấy. Rồi nhân vật của mình nó cũng có gọi là các kỹ năng, xong rồi mình cũng có thể gọi là nâng cấp nhân vật lên để kiểu trải qua thử thách để khám phá được nhiều bí ẩn hơn. Nhưng mà mình thấy cũng rất hay. Game chơi thì hay là tại vì chơi tay cầm đấy, mình thấy là nó cũng hơi phức tạp nhưng không đến nỗi là không thể chơi được. Đấy, cậu mai chú ý phần xếp là ok rồi. Thôi, xem mình cũng không biết là hôm nay mình đã chơi được bao lâu, chơi cũng khá lâu rồi đấy. Đấy, rồi, thôi bye bye mọi người nha.